welcome to your message. This message is specifically for Generation X. Okay, so if you are a member of Gen X, this message is most likely for you, or you are a child of a Gen Xer. And let me just say off top right now, okay, it is Mercury retrograde pre-shadow. Mercury retrograde is a tough time for me, okay, speaking wise. And I'm not a natural speaker, so I'm trying to get through this message as clearly as possible. I'm a writer, not a speaker naturally. But I do have information here for you. And if you have found this message and you are not having anything to do with Gen X, this message may still have a general message in it for you. Also, this incense is coming directly towards my face. And it's jasmine incense. So the name jasmine could be significant. But, and matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna just look up the years that Generation X includes. So 1965 through 1980, give or take in either direction, because you know time ain't what it is. But let me see, there's something drawing me in, so I'm trying to see what the message is that's trying to come through. The year 1998 could be significant. Britannica, okay, Encyclopedia Britannica 222 on the timer, as I said that, may be significant. I should just read them for fun. So that may be significant for you as well. You may use those for research or whatever the case. Which leads me into what I'm about to say, because there's something very distinct about Generation X. And I'll just say when it comes to awareness, when it comes to common sense, okay? That other generations don't have, even the ones prior, okay? Boomers, they would be called. Because those years, that generation was a more, I would say, do what you're told type generation. Heavily into, oh, the American way, get a piece of the pie type thing. USA, that type of stuff, okay? But there's something about Generation X that is very, very significant, okay? With our generation, we were able to notice a very distinct change in the way things were made and the way things were introduced into the newer generations, this artificial thing, okay? So things moving from being more organic into artificial, and that's on every level, every scale, okay? And this past week, my guides have been really having me dig into what's in what we're eating and drinking or putting on our skin, okay, for a very specific reason. And if you check out the community tab, those posts are there, and you just would want to dive into the ingredients of the products you're using, okay, and get a better understanding of what's in what you're using or ingesting or consuming, okay? I'm not gonna get all into that, but that's just part of the message. But something very significant as well introduced to Generation X was the Mandela effect, okay? So 1994 may be very significant for someone. Erasing history. It was also the year that 9th grade was removed from junior high to high school, Okay, the final year that they did away with 9th grade being included in junior high. And when I say they, y'all know who they is. But anyway, 9th grade could be very significant for someone. And I'm going to get into a very specific channeled message once I get through these little side notes and avenues that they have me going through. But there was something coming through of, it was a message that I was getting as I was waking up the other day. Okay, I literally woke up hearing this message. So you may have clairaudient abilities that are very prevalent. It could be your strongest. And it was 7:47 at the time that I woke up. And that is my Ace of Swords, okay? Truth and clarity. Tarot. But the phrase that I heard was, I don't know it all, but I know a lot about a lot, okay? And so I always clarify, you know, is the message for me? Is it, you know, collective, or whatever the case? And so I automatically felt that it was a message for the collective. And I asked, why was it coming through for the collective? And I got no, from the collective. So yes, I do pick up on your collective thoughts, okay? Your collective concerns, whatever it is, your energy, okay? That's what I pick up on, how I'm doing the tarot readings and whatever. So when you want an answer to a question or you have a concern, it will come through for me if you're supposed to receive a message through me, okay? But when speaking about that, because I also got some other phrases, but this is letting me know that it has to do with the clair senses, people having clair abilities, and that one specifically, clear knowing, okay, your clear cognizance. You know what you know, okay? But also with that, it was a message of, and I want to make sure I'm getting this correct. The message of the clairs was coming through, so I'm going to use the 6th Instinct Oracle deck today just to see if there's any more messages to extract. But when we talk about clair senses, it's like people have demonized having abilities, okay? A lot of this message does have to do with having abilities, okay? What you're able to do with your psychic and empathic abilities. And to that, I want to first say that a lot of people talk about witches, warlocks, and what have you, and it's always in a negative connotation, okay? And magic is energy. Energy is neutral, okay? So somebody needs this message or clarification. Energy is neutral. It is the intention of the being that wields that energy, which will determine if the outcome of the forces you connect the intentions to are positively aligned or negatively aligned, okay? So energy is neutral. It's what you do with it is what determines the outcome, okay? And the mindset and intentions of the person, okay? So I'm feeling like the messages, don't be afraid to tap into your abilities, okay? And that message has been coming through strongly for a while. So 10:33 on the clock may be significant for someone. Don't be afraid, 1:44 on the timer, to use and tap into and really embrace your clear abilities. So a lot of people who this message is for, this is a very transformative time, okay? And if you are a Gen-Xer raised by a boomer, okay? If you know, you know. And you were heavily into that, they were heavily into that, you know, gung-ho USA, fight for America type thing, you're finding out as you continuously awaken to your truth, that life and the government as you know it ain't what it's cracked up to be, okay? Along with family traditions and things of that nature. And if you were raised in a very religious household, most likely you are finding out that God, who and what God is, isn't what you were taught, okay? As you move along your personal journey of awakening and going your own way and figuring out what life is for you, okay? I was born in a religious household, not necessarily too much into the government thing. And as I grew up, I still wasn't, because I had already found out my own truths about what the government is, what the purpose is, things like that. But I was raised in a religious household, okay? And for me, it was all this fear-based thing, okay, to keep you under anyone's thumb, okay? So you wouldn't go your own way and figure out life. And that's just me personally. That's how I view it. But this time frame that we're in, okay, Pluto moving into Aquarius today, we're in the age of Aquarius. And I brought up that fear-based teaching point to say that as I grew up, that's literally what it was. My mom was always saying, oh, we're in the end of days, this is the end of times, and you know, that type of thing. And I would literally say, ooh, like, I hope I'm not here for that. Like, I hope I don't make it to those times, Armageddon, and you know, all this stuff. And if you were raised in a religious household, then you know. But this is a very pivotal time in history, okay? And as I grew up, or I'll say grew up, but I mean the awakening journey, okay? Grew into my own understanding and inner knowledge for on a timer. I'm glad I'm here, okay? Because I understand my purpose now and why I'm here in this space and time to be in the age of Aquarius, in this pivotal time of transformation and a lot of other things, okay? So if you were younger and this message is resonating, most likely the song Age of Aquarius was heavily in your awareness, okay? And then as the years rolled by, it may have popped up again and again. So, Generation X, okay? Now, if you have listened this far, this message is very quantum, okay? And if you don't understand that term of quantum, this message may or may not be for you. If you have found this video and you don't know what tarot is or astrology, you're not into that, but you're at this message 555, it is because this is an awakening for you, okay? You are having an awakening. Part of my mission is to be an awakener, okay? And if I showed up in your feed unexpectedly, because you're in for a rude awakening, it just is what it is. I could also be known by Heyoka, okay? So you may want to look at the term, but a Heyoka is one who comes with the truth, whether you're ready for it or not, okay? It is an awakening. It's something, this person is going to shake up your foundation, okay? To catalyze you into your awakening, your transformation, okay? We are in this period of transformation, upheaval, abrupt upheaval, okay? But Generation X, okay? And if you know anything about the X-Men and you feel like it's just a movie, you would be sadly mistaken, okay? Now, I got this channeled message for the collective, and in the movie X-Men, you can see that there's a school for gifted children, okay? It exists. Now, when I came across this awareness, and I was given the name, I didn't feel the need to research it. It wasn't really relevant for me. I feel like I didn't need to dig into who they were, why they were, what they were doing, because I already know. I already have an inner knowing, okay? But if you feel this message is resonant for you and you feel like you need to go down that rabbit hole and you need more information, by all means, do your research into this school for the gifted. It's basically a research center, pretty much. But find out any more information that you may feel that you need. But things are put into movies, poems, music, and all of that nature for our awareness. These things will resonate with us because they're important for us to know, okay? And our subconscious mind has led us to the information, but a lot of times our rational mind, the one that likes to do overthinking, will tell you, no, that don't sound right. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of out there, okay? You want to follow your inner knowing, your intuition, okay? Your sixth sense. That is your best ally. So, the message, the channel message that I got, okay, specifically for Generation X. And let me just say, before I get into this, the collective message, the channel message, if you do not understand that Earth is a school, it is an experimental planet, especially the US, okay, is an experiment. You may want to do your research more. Once you find that the chemicals put into what you consume and put on your body are literally given to you for specific reasons, then you'll understand better what's going on here, okay, and what your purpose and mission here is. So the message says a lot of the experiments in the US started with us, okay, Generation X. Most of us are a wave of super beings that came here to clean up. We have all Claire abilities naturally working. It is why they have tried to break us down with toxins and block our capabilities. And then the phrases neural blockers, neurotransmitters came through, okay? So you can look up those and get your own message from those terms. We are the closest to indestructible there is. Our DNA is different, more durable. Our DNA fights off free radicals, chemical agents. So if you find that you have got a lot of bumps, scrapes, and bruises, you haven't really broken any bones, or it's very, very minor, hairline fracture is coming through right now. Someone may have gotten a hairline fracture. That's confirmation for you. You may have gotten vaccinations as a child, but didn't get them as you grew up. Didn't feel the need to. Don't get the flu shot and yada, yada, yada. Okay, this all could resonate as confirmations. You may feel that there are certain things you just don't need to do, and there are certain things that you do to keep yourself healthy, okay? Natural ways. You also may be under the understanding that we can heal ourselves, okay? Also, the phrase, we are the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the witches they could not burn. Now that specifically came through for a fire sign, so you could definitely be a fire sign. And when I was taking this down, the image of hippies and the 60s kept coming through, okay? So that is letting me know that time frame, okay? A lot of the wave that came down prior to us were our grandparents, okay, or great-grandparents. And they helped kick off that time frame, that movement, okay? Okay, they were of that generation. Okay, and my phone just lit up. 1046 could be significant. October could be significant. April could be significant. Also June. But the term radical is coming through. Could be significant for someone. But the other phrase or message that came through was, we are the ripple effect and effect the world needs. Okay, so you know the difference between effect and effect. Okay, it's because you are both empathic and, what is the word? The word is rational. Okay, but it's like the difference between your emotions versus your they're showing me the King of Cups. So it's emotional and intellectual intelligence. Okay, so it all ties in. So definitely this is a light worker message. Okay, now the wave really doesn't matter. Okay, because there are different waves of beings that come in. Just know you are here for a greater purpose, and we are here. Okay, so I'm going to use this 6th instinct oracle, and I open it up to Indigo Child. Okay, you very well could be an indigo child, or that color could be significant, or third eye chakra. It could be your strongest chakra. Definitely are an alchemist. Okay, it's what we do, and that is one of the huge purposes. And they're giving me grid worker. Okay, so grid worker is someone who goes to different points in the world. You may just feel called to go there, but it's something about you that is going to help alchemize, transmute the energy in that space and time. Okay, so definitely clairaudience. Okay, someone's strongest ability, and I said strongest ability, warrior is right behind it, and Pluto is right behind that. Can't even make it up. Writing. Somebody definitely has the ability of automatic writing, and that's one of the abilities that I have. Clairaudience and automatic writing. Okay, it goes hand in hand. You're receiving the message and you just pick up something and just start writing. Okay, but also with this warrior card, I'm getting past life. So somebody could be like having a lot of past life memories right now, like strongly, as this shift in energy is happening. You could be being shown past lives by your guides, and it's important, okay, for this specific time frame. And what I'm getting is something won't be done the way you did it then. Okay, so seeing your past life memories is a lesson for you. How you're seeing it done then is not how you're going to help in the present. Okay, and I'm hearing peace and love. Okay, so if you were into, and I'm hearing activist. So if in a past life you're seeing that you were activist and you was doing whatever you was doing violently back then, know that you're not going to do it that way this time. Okay, peace and love. But whoever this message is for, okay, this warrior message, you are strong is what it is. Okay, you have the strength and ability to overcome challenges. Like it's effortless to overcome a challenge. Okay, 818 on the timer. Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, the age of Aquarius is a time, a pivotal time for change, upheaval. Okay, the last will be first and the first will be last. Very significant. And I don't know what is up with this camera, but it keeps doing something weird. Change literally is the message, because like the camera just changed, and I don't know, it looks kind of more matte or smooth out, because my face don't look like that. Now I will say this, pay attention, okay? You're gonna want to pay attention very close, pay very close attention to what you know to be true, okay? We are in a very artificial time, okay? Very artificial time, distorted. You have to know what you're seeing is true, okay? These cameras, 9 times out of 10, are not going to show you the truth. Confirmation if you hear that notification. What you see, and I've had to give this message before, what you see in your mirror, your bathroom mirror, is your truth of what you see here, okay? Not these cameras. To anyone who needed that message, okay? It says, Pluto, the urge to penetrate the depths of experience and experience renewal, deep transformation, regeneration, evolution. You may be a Scorpio. Pluto rules Scorpio along with Mars, okay? And that goes with this warrior card. Pluto is death and transformation. It's what this time frame is. The next 20 years are very crucial for the change that we are going to be bringing about in this system, okay? All systems, traditions, we're here to reform, okay? So, mediumship is here, and claircognizance, and I just spoke about claircognizance, and literally starseeds is right here as well. So, starseeds are the advanced spiritual beings who possess spiritual and scientific knowledge that date back hundreds of thousands of years. So when I say you know what you know, don't question what you know. You channel messages from all dimensions, okay? And when I said this is a quantum conversation, it's literally what it is, okay? We are multi-dimensional beings. Claircognizance, the ability to have a clear knowing with no practical explanation for why, because you know what you know. It's already here. Okay, when you tap into your abilities and embrace them, you know more, okay? Because you're willing and accepting of what your purpose is and what you're here for. Mediumship. And a message came through the other day, and I don't want to flip my notebook. So I'm going to try to remember it as best I can. But it says, when you immediately judge, when you don't immediately judge, you're open for more information, I believe is what it was, or something to that effect. But if that resonates with you, then you get it, okay? When you're not so quickly to take things for face value, or you sit with something and you let it marinate, okay? It's when more happens. You receive more information, you know, you understand better, okay? But with mediumship here and clairaudience, you could be hearing voices from the other side, okay? That scares a lot of people. For a long time, I tried to shut it out. 333 on the timer, but it just gets louder and louder, okay? Your calling will come knocking until you answer the door, okay? Is what that is. Precognition, not understanding why you see things and then they happen. Precognition, okay? And precognition and intuition is here back to back. So it's your intuition showing you, okay, what's coming. Now, it doesn't always happen exactly the way you see it, but you'll know what's coming. The ability to perceive future events. This could be through the dream state. You could have a flash of a vision, okay, and then it happens. When this first happened for me, and I told about it in the video before, I was about to cross the street with my sisters. We had just gotten off a bus. The bus passes. A woman with groceries got off the bus prior to us, and she stepped out into the street and was crossing the street is what I saw. And she dropped her groceries. And I immediately tried to step out because there was traffic coming towards her so I could help her pick her groceries up. And then next thing I know, I was back on the sidewalk and she was walking across the street again. And I saw her drop her groceries. So precognition, okay? Intuition. Intuitive individuals are capable of understanding new information without having to go through logical reasoning. Intuition, this is your first mind. This is your gut feeling. This is your subconscious mind. This is knowing what you know, okay? It's already here. But your logical mind, the mind we use every day to do calculations or whatever it is, it can sometimes try and trick you out of what you know and feel, okay? So, King of Cups, emotionally and intellectually balanced, heart and mind coherence, okay? Let's see what else comes out. Saturn. When I split the deck and Saturn just went direct, okay? Saturn is Big Daddy, okay? That's karma. That is the teacher, okay? The urge to overcome difficulties through effort, reality, contraction, and effort are the key words. This is learning lessons. And that is Saturn being direct came to ask us, have you learned lessons? We're moving into a time of transformation and making things positive, okay? So have you learned the lessons? That message of someone seeing past lives. How you did it then is not how it will be done now. Whatever it is you're here for, okay? So just keep that in mind. Prophetic dreams. And speaking of dreams, Neptune. Someone could have heavy Pisces in their chart, okay? This is a lot of empathic intuition, emotions going on here. Because psychic abilities, intuitive, that's what it comes from, and it's the cups of the tarot. So it says Neptune, the urge to escape from limitations, transcendence, merging, and oneness. And with Neptune, it's a very dreamy type energy. And if you like, my Venus is in Pisces, so that's a romantic, dreamy type, fairy tale type of energy when you come to love situations. That's pretty much what it is. You have to be mindful of being balanced with that, because it can cause you to fantasize, okay? And stay in that fantasy realm where your fantasies are better than reality. And whoever this is coming out for. So somebody need this message. When you do that, it can cause you to fantasize more than you will want to go out and actually have those experiences or actually be in a real relationship, because what you see in your mind, the fantasies that you come up with is maybe better than what you have encountered previously, okay, or in reality. So that's something you want to, I guess, keep control of. That message is coming through for somebody. Prophetic dreams. Receive dreams which seemed to be clear prophecies of subsequent events. So a lot of people do pick up on things that are going on with the weather, okay? The weather is coming through. You see events happening. And I just commented to someone's post about it. The dream message was 4 of the 5 volcanoes on Hawaii, okay? Those islands erupting all at once. 11:01 on the timer, 9:19 on the clock. Hopefully it doesn't come to pass, but it was a prophetic dream. And these were literally ancestors giving me the message, okay? So that could also be happening for you. I'm gonna go to this Mystic Martian Oracle deck, okay? Because Starseeds is here, and I'm just gonna say, for this message, most likely, if you're watching this message, especially if you watched this far, you do not originate from Earth, okay? You are a starseed. Your origins are of other galaxies, other dimensions, other star systems, okay? So I'm going to use this deck, and you may resonate with these different alien species, and serve as confirmation that this further is your message. Or if you hear the name and something resonates, you may want to look them up. Now, what I want to say is, with the information that I've been getting on a lot of these alien races or species, because I tried to say both them words together, but whatever. You want to really tap in and get your own information, okay? 111, as I say that, because a lot of people will demonize things, okay? What they don't understand, what they don't choose to try and get to understand, okay? And some people just take things at face value, and you can't just take someone else's own information and run with it, and you haven't confirmed it, okay? Even everything I'm saying in this video, I'm giving you what I've channeled. If it doesn't resonate for you, don't take it, don't ingest it, okay? 144 on the timer. And a lot of people do say that resonates with chosen ones, okay? That number has a lot more to do. It's a lot more encompassed in that number, okay? And information that I got that heavily resonates is when you see 144, it's letting you know that you are in alignment with universal knowledge, okay? The information that you are receiving is true. This is what you need to know, okay? So, however that resonates for you. Also, it resonates with our DNA, okay? Our DNA strand and what it is evolving to. So you can't just, because a word or term or phrase is so heavily saturated in the information you come across, it's not always just that one thing that it resonates with, okay? So like I said, with these alien species, races, people take one story that they come across and they run with it, okay? Reptilians are not all a evil species, okay? The grays, there are different forms of grays, short and tall, okay? The grays have been demonized, okay? The tall grays, you have to do your own research and go with what you feel. Oh, this energy that we're stepping into is about feeling. You cannot think with your rational mind. That's not what it's about, okay? So with that being said, also draconians, there are light and dark draconians. What do you resonate with? You may have draconian DNA, okay? So you have to just understand that you have to find out for yourself. And what fell out was the air element, okay? And we do already have writing on the table. This says philosophy, discrimination, empathy. Empathy. We are empaths. Most likely, if you're watching this message, you are an empath. Most starseeds are empaths. And I won't say all, because different species are not empathic, okay? There are some that aren't. And there are some that are heavily empathic, okay? You just have to know your origins and where you come from and how you feel in this space and time. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be one thing. You're going to resonate with more. And I will put in the description box a very helpful website that you can go to and you can determine what is it I'm feeling, because it gives lengthy descriptions on these different starseed races, okay? Tall whites, and this is coming into the message, excuse me. And what's coming to mind is I just saw, like I came across TikTok, and as soon as I heard it, I just flipped across it, because when something doesn't resonate for me and it's very negative, I get it out of my awareness quickly, okay? And they were speaking very bad about the tall whites, and I don't know if there's something in the news about them, because I don't watch the news intentionally, but I have encountered them, okay? So what I was hearing versus what I know, okay, was very conflicting, and I don't want that contamination. You have to be like that, okay? You can't let someone sway what you know, okay? Your truth, because then your conviction is gone if you let someone sway you, okay? You have to have your own mind and be doing what's best for you. 555 on the timer. But this says uncertainty, just distrust and guarded. And I just recently got this deck. But when I encountered them, like literally the descriptions on here is what I felt from them, okay? But this is maybe not only this alien species may resonate, but this may be what you're feeling at this time. Uncertainty, okay? Especially with the first message that I had come through. Third eye, I said, is very strong for someone with the cards that already came out on the table. Your third eye, indigo, okay? And reptilians as I cut the deck. Let's see what comes out. What does the collective need to know? What do they need to see at this time? Ouroboros, okay? New beginning, literally the information, excuse me, I said information for a reason, so hold on. But it's the time frame that we're in. This is a new beginning, okay? The world card, stepping into a whole new chapter. This chapter is going to last the next 20 years. We are at the beginning of transformation and change, and if you are not rolling with the times, if you are not accepting the change and transformation in your life for the next 20 years, you'll be dealing with the same thing, okay? It's very important, very crucial that Scorpio season is rolling us right into this 20 years of change and transformation, okay? Directed by Pluto, okay? 747, as I say that. Truth and clarity is what you need at this time. Be very truthful with yourself and how you're moving forward into these new beginnings. Are you carrying the past that is no longer helpful or suitable for you? Or are you transitioning into something better for yourself, okay? Infinity, internal. This also says past life, okay? Confirmation for someone getting past life dreams. As, did you learn your lesson, okay? What you're stepping into is not what you have done in the past, okay? And that could resonate on many different levels, so just take it as it resonates. But I kind of, and this may resonate with somebody, I kind of don't like the Ouroboros, okay? Definition or whatever. Because the Ouroboros is, it's like going around, and I think a vicious cycle is what I think of when I see this. And so I heavily resonate with the spiral, okay, or the triskelion. That may be significant for someone because it does show a progress of change, okay? And the Ouroboros for me, it just shows a circle, just continuously going around in the same direction. To me, 911 on the timer, 1111 on the clock is very significant. Are you answering the call to your new beginnings? 911, that is judgment, rising up, rising to the occasion. Are you answering the call to your new beginnings? Okay. And the term, the garden and the gate, is coming through for me. And I've seen this deck used in other readings, and I don't have it, but that is what's being showed to me. And if I remember correctly and what I'm being shown, There's a woman standing at a gate, like as if she's about to walk through, but she's looking back, okay? Which reminds me of the story of Lot's wife, okay? If you grew up in a religious household, you know what that story is, okay? And it is a moment of hesitance is what that is. That can fuck up everything that you have in store in front of you by looking back to see what you're leaving behind, okay? And I feel that is very resonant at this time for someone, and that is why that message came through. You cannot focus on the past if you're moving forward. And I always tell my kids, you can't walk forward if you're looking backwards, like literally, because they would be tripping over things. Same thing. You cannot walk into your future if you're staring at the past, okay? Very significant for someone. But the garden and the gate is choosing, okay? You have to choose to want better. No one can come and give you better, okay? Because if you don't choose to do better and you do that, you don't do that healing into a higher frequency, into a new level, into new things, you won't even know what better is if somebody threw it right in your face, okay? If somebody gently presented it to you. Any way it came to you, you wouldn't recognize what it was, okay? Alpha Draconians. Now, I'm not going to read what the card says because I don't believe in this, okay? I know Draconians to be both of light and dark. As with most things, as with we do have a light side and a shadow side, okay? But when I say light and dark, I'm speaking of good versus evil type thing, okay? Or benevolence versus malevolence, okay? But you could recognize, recognize. You could resonate with Draconians. Also, I'm hearing being turned over. Overturned. Either one of those phrases could resonate for whatever reason. The Merkaba. Either way you pronounce it, you know what it is. Okay, this it's been coming into my awareness. I have one on my table. I've been seeing Metatron's cube over and over and over, which leads me to this message that they just reminded me of. I was getting a message that was coming through for someone saying your messages won't always come in numbers, okay? 314 on the timer. You know that, if you're watching this video, of course, that the numbers, they come, okay? And they mean specific things. Numbers are angels or angles, okay? Angles of light. Merkaba. Geometric shapes, geometric patterns, all these things could be coming into your awareness and you don't know what it means. And it's because your awareness is heightening, okay? Your spirit guides, whoever they may be, are wanting you to elevate in your thinking. You may not receive, well, I'm pretty sure you will still pick up on the numbers because that awareness is still there, but they want you to understand that they're trying to communicate with you on a higher level, okay? Higher octave is also coming to mind. You may be graduating into letters, okay? Each number has a corresponding letter, okay? I was seeing QQQ for a long time. Q's represents eights, okay? Eights are abundance. And so next thing after the letters came pictures, okay? Well, what does this picture begin with? What letters that begin with? It's all about a higher elevation, okay? Hierophant is coming to mind, which is also, this is also giving me Hierophant, okay? So a higher elevated way of thinking, of processing. When you receive your downloads and your upgrades, this is what's happening. You will receive messages in a whole new way, okay? This says 33. That could be someone's life path, okay? 33 is the master teacher. Also represents Yeshua, okay? Or the Christ consciousness. golden healer is significant. Okay, I have a little golden healer mushroom, and this helps with your Christ conscious mind frame. Okay, it's an elevated way of thought, thinking, processing. Okay, however you look at it. Consciousness, movement, long distance travel, excitement. Someone could literally be excited about moving or traveling. Okay, take that into consideration, maybe confirmation for you. This is also the Chariot card. Okay, definitely someone could be getting a new car or moving, or I'm hearing moving cross country. Okay, so take that as it resonates. What else does the collective need to know or see at this time? I'm hearing top card, and it's funny because this was at the bottom and now it's at the top. Okay, and I heard top card, clairaudient. Okay, so Agarthans, and I want to say that this is a phrase or a name of a species that I heard on Men in Black, so that movie could be significant. They are also in this deck. I'm not gonna give my opinion. It's just information I came across from the MIB. But anyway, manifesting I can't talk. I knew it was gonna come through in a minute. Now, let me just say this because it may resonate with somebody. Mercury retrograde, we know it interrupts travel. Mindful if you're traveling. Traveling just came out. Mindful if you're traveling within this next month time frame. Expect delays. Okay. Also, speech gets interrupted, confused. You get tongue-tied, all that. So that's what I'm experiencing. But also, your natal chart is very important to understand who and why you are here. Okay, so you may want to get with a trusted advisor if you want to go through your natal chart. Not everyone needs to know that information. I'm just going to say that off top. But also, I was born, my rising sign is Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. However, at the time of my birth, Mercury was out of bounds. Okay, and my camera keeps flipping from normal to being this, whatever this is, I don't know. But Mercury was out of bounds, which has a different effect than if it was direct, in bounds. And it was also in retrograde when I was born. So it explains a lot. Okay, and I just found that out. But I already know that I was doing these certain things or having these certain characteristics, but now I know why. Okay, so in my natal chart, there were several planets in retrograde at the exact same time, which is kind of funny because it's literally what we're going through now. There's so many planets in retrograde. So this is literally time of expect the unexpected. 848 was just on the timer when I looked at it. But this says multi-dimensional, which I mentioned earlier. Multi-dimensional perception, and we are multi-dimensional beings, and that's what people have to understand. So when you see, hear, smell, taste, feel all these different things, you're picking up messages through all your senses. Okay, it's what the clairs are. You're receiving messages through your senses. Okay, attunement, being in alignment, 144, with the universal energies. Okay, it is what it is. Being aligned, being in tune. Okay, the universe, one song. Being in tune. You are in tune with the universe. Okay. And let me just say thank you to Mercury, because I'm actually getting through this message with less fuck ups than I thought I was. Just speaking off the top of my head, because like I said, I am not a natural speaker. But it is coming through. Anunnaki. Okay. They've been in the news a lot lately, quote unquote news. Okay, They have been all over, okay? People are very intrigued, 1122 at this time with the Anunnaki for whatever reason. I'm not gonna get all into that, but people are doing a lot of research on their blood types and this and this and that. People like to fantasize, glamorize certain things, okay? So that message is coming through for someone, but if you are of the Anunnaki, your blood will let you know, okay? It says controlling drama, conflict of interest. If you know anything about the Anunnaki, which I pick up here and there, channeling things, they weren't necessarily in accord with what they wanted to do or how things needed to be. But if you know the story, you know the story. It's kind of like in the red and blue, which reminds me of Civil War, okay? There were family fighting family at that time. I don't get into politics and all that history, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of irrelevant when people like to rewrite things. But conflict of interest in this time that you are in of transformation. And I paused the camera on 144, heavy confirmation for someone that you are in alignment with universal energies. You are attuned to the universe. If you're in this pivotal time, why you are here, you're going through a lot of conflict, okay? It'll resonate because you are a generational curse breaker. You are the first in your family to do it. You are a chain breaker, a game changer, okay? And most likely there's a lot of conflict around you because you are choosing to go in your own direction, okay? 222. On the timer, as I say that, another number of alignment. You could become in alignment with a partner, okay, business or romantic. But whatever the case, you are feeling the conflict most likely at this time, okay? You're feeling the change, the transformation, people dropping out of your life. And it's all to better you, to get you in the proper position you're supposed to be in, okay? Speaking of, I keep feeling like I have to readjust, okay? So you definitely, someone could be in a readjustment period, okay? Having to get used to something new, not seeing certain family members, being at odds, whatever it is for you. But just know that things get better as you continue to choose you, okay? I came across a meme the other day that said, the universe saw that something about your people weren't rooting for you, or your people weren't there for you, so they sent in strangers, okay? And that's very resonant with, if you are born into a family and you are the game changer, you are the generational curse breaker, you were born into that family to do the opposite of what they did and teach them that lesson, okay? And by you doing so, you created this upheaval, okay, of the norm. But it's your purpose, okay? And most likely you're not going to get that support from your family, so your soul tribe is coming in. And also I came across, which I feel is so relevant, it's like it said you had to be okay with being alone, okay, or be okay with walking alone. Now the universe is sending your tribe, okay? So it's like, if you couldn't be okay with understanding that sometimes you will be alone, if you didn't become comfortable in that silence, in that alone period that you needed to grow and heal, okay, then if that's something that you couldn't get used to, it's like, how can you ever, it's becoming, what is it called? Codependent, okay? If you always feel like you have to be in a crowd, you can never be alone, you always feel like you're being left behind, things like that. Because this is a very lonely path to healing and transformation, okay? So I want to see what else comes out from this deck. Andromeda. You could have watched that show as a child, or the show B, because it's coming to mind. Or X-Files. Water element, heavy Pisces energy, just water in general, okay? You could be a Pisces. reflection, kindness, compassion, and this is the empathic energy, okay? Let me see one more. To close out this reading, I'm going to get an angel number. Maybe it'll offer some guidance for someone. Like I said, the MIB. Now, stalking, intimidation, confrontation. And this is very resonant because a lot of this energy that I feel is on the internet, okay? 555, confirmation. They show up as trolls. They show up when you comment on anything regarding anything that I'm saying here. They come into your awareness. There are other alphabet boys out there too that do the same thing, and it's literally gang stalking, okay? That's what people call it these days. It's an intimidation factor. It's someone to knock you off your square, someone who they don't want you speaking your mind. That's what this is, okay? But King of Swords, never let anyone make you sway in what you know. Don't allow people to sway, make you sway in your conviction. And sway, that is also giving me go with the flow, okay? So a lot of changes going on in your life, for sure, I know. Go with the flow of the changes for your best benefit, okay? 1001, you could resonate, which the number already came out. You could resonate with Ascended Master status, okay? Could be why you're seeing 144 a lot lately, and 0330 is here. That's a mirroring number. Partnerships, like I said. But 33, Christ consciousness, 1111, okay? But I'm gonna see what actually comes out from the deck. Guidance or whatever the collective needs to know at this time. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit, for this beautiful message. A lot of this, I know for sure, is encouragement. You're going the right way. You're on the right path. Don't allow anyone to make you feel that you don't know what you know. 3 cards came out, okay? 1010, 777, and 1221, another mirroring number. 1010 is up to you. No matter what I said on this table and no matter how it resonates for you, it's about action, okay? Are you going to answer the call? When it's time for you to step out into the public, are you going to answer the call? Are you going to speak up? Are you going to show unconditional love? Are you going to be good and do good to others? However this is resonating for you, okay? Moderation, patience, flow, as I was just speaking about. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, soul tribe, okay? Circumstances and resources. Eventually you will experience joy as well as a brand new opportunity. Trust in the process. Go with the flow. Whatever is happening, upheaval, change for your best benefit is what's happening to move you in the correct space, the correct timeline, okay? 777, good luck. Jackpot, someone may play the lotto as confirmation. Contentment, prosperity, abundance, spiritual awakening. Definitely someone's having a spiritual awakening. That's why you made it to this video. Divine intervention, you are protected. The upheaval is happening to redirect you, put you in your correct spot. I'm hearing spotlight, so somebody may be on a stage for some reason. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty, okay? We already got that message. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. It's 11:33 on the clock, okay? There's another number having to do with Pisces. It also signifies Archangel Sandalphon, okay? So that may resonate. But this also, writing is already on the table from the other deck. Poetry, okay? You may write poetry, okay? 1221, taking initiative. change, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, high vibes, higher frequency, okay? Work with what you have and it will get you places. Count your blessings. Count your miracles. I don't like to say blessings. And acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also be getting some good news soon. So all these cards speak about action. When it's time to, will you take action with what it is you're supposed to be doing in whichever way? When an opportunity presents itself, will you answer the call? Okay. But all of these also speak about prosperity and good fortune. And it's up to you if this is what you're going to invite or welcome in, okay? If this is what you're going to flow with. So with that being said, I hope this message was helpful for whoever needed it at this time or whenever you're receiving this message. Thank you for receiving your message. I wish you all the best moving forward and take care.